We are going all over the place for our McCartney Monday and Spotlight Artist of the Month video this week. 4 different albums, basically. Well, 3 albums and a single that was a non-album single. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. We are back with our McCartney Monday video of the week. And he is also, like I said, our Spotlight Artist, so he gets 4 songs. And we're doing 4 songs from 4 different albums, basically. I'm going to tell you about 3 of them, and the last one's a video, and it's secret. 3 of them are audio tracks, and the last one is a video. But you have to sit through and wait and see what the video is. The first one is Listen to What That Man Said. Or Listen to What the Man Said, my apologies. That came off of Venus and Mars, I believe. And the next one, With a Little Luck, off of London Town. And then a track I missed from Ram, which is The Backseat of My Car. And then, like I said, the last one, it starts with the letter J, and I'll leave it at that. Oh, it just popped up for a second there. I can't. Nope. All right. Thank you, as always, to our Alpha patron, Gail, and our Discord community for voting on all these songs. I really appreciate you guys. I couldn't do this without y'all. And we just hit 31K. Y'all effing rock. You really do. I can't curse in the first few minutes, but I would. But, yes, you guys rock. Here we go. First up, Listen to What the Man Said, off of Venus and Mars. Paul McCartney and Wings. Or maybe it's just Wings, actually. I think a couple of these are just technically credited to Wings, and then the other 2 are Linda and Paul. Here we go. All right. Listen to What the Man Said, Paul McCartney, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, okay. Very good to see you down in New Orleans, man. Yeah.
Joe English on drum.
Anytime, any day, you can hear the people say that love is blind. Well, I don't know, but I say love is kind. Soldier boy kisses girl, tragic world, but he won't mind. He's in love and he says love is fine. Oh, yes, indeed, we know that people will find a way to go no matter what the man says. Love is fine for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man said. So won't you listen to what the man said? He said, I'll take it away.
Feels are strong with this one.
Oh, yes, indeed, we know that people will find a way to go no matter what the man said. Love is fine for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man said. So won't you listen to what the man said? He said,
Those harmonies are so good.
you listen to what the man said? He said,
I'm listening, Paul. I hear you.
the wonder
Slump back in the chair. Wow. That was a wonderful song. Absolutely wonderful. With a little luck.
With a little luck, we can help it out. We can make this whole damn thing work out.
This one like 78 or something.
Love, we can lay it down. Can't you feel a town exploding?
Yep, 78.
There is no end to what we can do together. There is no end. The willow turns his back on in clever weather.
So spacey.
And if he can do it, we can do it. Just me and you and a little love. We can clear it up. We can bring it in for a landing. With a little love, we can turn it on. There can be no misunderstanding.
Those keys are amazing.
There is no end to what we can do together.
They add a lot to it.
There is no end.
The bass. Damn.
The willow turns his back on in clever weather. We can do it, just me and you.
The cymbal hits are like drops of rain.
Push, we could set it off. We could send it rocketing skywards. With a little love, we could shake it up. Don't you feel a comet exploding? With a little
And the water effect too. Wow. All is killer, dude. I don't. Jesus Christ. There's like no room back here. There we go. He's doing the synthesizer and keyboards and bass. Wow. Where do they go from here? It reminds me of UK minus Alan Holdsworth, basically. changed.
We can help it out. We can make this whole damn thing work out. With a little love, we can lay it down. Can you feel the town exploding? With a little push, we can set it off. We can send it rocking skyward. With a little love, we could shake it up. Feel a bomb exploding. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That soundscape was so lush. That was so different for him. But that reminds me of one of those love tracks from last week. The backseat of my car.
Speed along the highway, honey, I want it my way. But listen to her daddy's song. Don't stay out too long. Ooh, we're just busy hiding, sitting in the backseat of my car. The lazy lights are pretty. We may end up in Mexico City. But listen to her daddy's song. Making love is wrong. Ooh, we're just busy riding, sitting in the backseat of my car.
Whoa. That's so Beatles.
Sitting in the
wonder why.
backseat of my car. And when we finish driving, we can say we were late in arriving and listen to her daddy's song. We believe that we can't be wrong. Hey! Oh, we believe that we can't be wrong. Oh, we believe that we can't be wrong. We can make it to Mexico City, sitting in the backseat of my car.
I'm in my feelings, sorry. Oh, what a tease. That felt so climactic. Was that the last song on the album? If it was, if it wasn't, it should be. Here's your secret song, Junior's Farm. So young, man. So sad.
At the houses of Parliament, everybody's talking about the president. We all chip in for a bag of cement. Ollie Hardy should have had more sense. He put a chichi and he jumped the fence. For the sake of a couple of fans. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go down to Junior's farm where I wanna lay low. Low life, high life, oh, let's go. Take me down to Junior's farm. Let's go down to Junior's farm where I wanna lay low. Low life, high life, oh, let's go. Take me down to Junior's farm. Everybody tag along.
I love this side of them so much.
Store. The price is higher than the time before. Oh, man,
oh yeah, for sure.
Why is it more? I said you should have seen me with a poker man. I had a honey and a bed of grand. Just to nick of time, I looked at his hand. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go down to Junior's farm where I wanna lay low.
Fishbowl legs.
Let's go, take me down to Junior's farm. Let's go down to Junior's farm where I wanna lay low.
This song effing rocks, bro.
Let's go, take me down to Junior's farm. Everybody tag along. Take me down to Junior's farm.
Linda is a cool cat, bro. That bass, oh my god. Please don't end. That's crazy. That was like how long has it been? It's been 20 minutes and 30 seconds. That doesn't mean, I guess that was probably like 18 minutes of songs, pushing 20 minutes. I want another 10. Like, that's not fair. I feel like I got cheated. I feel like I was just totally cheated, man. I don't know why. Some of those outros in those songs, I'm not going to lie, the outros were almost as good as the songs themselves, if that makes any sense. Just like those snippets of like 10, 20 seconds, like the way they like, the way Paul closes out, man, He knows how to sign off, basically. Man, where do I even start with that? There was so much that happened that it's kind of hard to even. I guess I could just look at this. Let's see. That was with a little luck. All right, so I'm going to go back to the first song, which we'll start there. Listen to what the man said. It was the hit single from Venus and Mars, came out in 1975, featured Dave Mason on guitar, Tom Scott on soprano sax, and Joe English on drums. That was the new group that I guess played with them on that. That was pretty interesting for them. Like, I like that he uses that deep voice sometimes. He used it in the third song, too, just to, like, I don't know, introduce the songs or basically start them off. It's very interesting how he does that. But that song, I see why that was such a big radio hit. It's catchy in its own way, you know. It's got its Paul McCartney quirkiness, but it's still that almost had like a different vibe. Just like the second one. The second one is completely different. I've never heard anything like that from him, except for that one song we did last week. It has the word love in the title. I don't know if it's like my love or your love or something like that. That one kind of had that spacey, ambient, almost electronic, you know, Linda and Paul sound. Because I know Paul did a lot of the synthesizers for that second one. But it said that Linda did keyboards too. So it's probably mostly Paul with her helping out. But the harmonies that they get together are so wonderful, man. Backseat of My Car, that was just an absolute winner right there. But honestly, the ending, to listen to what I said, and the ending to With a Little Luck, it's just, I don't know, man. They really just, like I said, they know how to close out those songs so well. It's like they wrap it up, but they also like tease you in this weird way where they put in this like brand new, like 10 or 15 second snippet of another song at the end, and it just totally rocks, and it, you know, steals the show almost. But that's the way to do it. Always leave them wanting more, you know, never leave them wanting less, because then they'll, you know, get less. I guess for what that was, Joe English on drums, Denny Lane on keyboards, Linda McCartney on keyboards, and Paul McCartney on vocals, bass, synthesizer, and keyboards. For With a Little Luck, I was expecting something else for that. I'm not gonna lie, but I was very pleasantly surprised at how different that was for them. It wasn't my favorite out of this bunch right here, but I still really enjoyed it. Honestly, I think the Backseat of My Car was my favorite, other than I'd say tracks 3 and track 4 right here were my favorites, 100%. The way that they rocked that last one was just incredible. That whole set looked familiar, so I don't know if that's like a certain like Wings show, or it's just like the promo clip or video for it. Because that was like the oldest one, other than the Backseat of My Car, apparently, too, the last one. It was the last track. It was the last song. I was right. Yep. It was released as a single. It didn't peak very high, but it did get on the top 100. Apparently, it was a sweeping piano and orchestra ballad similar to McCartney's The Long and Winding Road. And I could see that in the upbeat rock sections before ending in a raucous and passionate finale. What a perfect way to put it. It has that kind of epic finale sort of sound, like for most of the song, but then that very last snippet, it felt like the beginning of a whole new album right there, or something, like a whole new song, or at least, you know. And I thought that was awesome. What a way to go out after having this almost very emotional finale. You just go out with like a happy, you know, he can't leave you on a sad note. He's gonna, you know, send you out on your high horses, but a good high horse, not a bad one, you know. I think he is so damn good, man. I mean, like, you just kind of run out of adjectives and, you know, things to use for him in his music, because it's just, there's just so much, and it's all just so good. I mean, not every song has been my favorite, but I've always enjoyed it at the very least. You know, I've always found something in it that's great. But then most of them I love, especially the stuff with Wings. It seems like when it's Paul McCartney and Wings, or just Wings, you know, we've done Wings Over America, a couple songs from that. All that era right there has been my favorite, I feel like, of the Paul McCartney stuff. But I will have to give the nod to Ram as my favorite album so far, because that's the one I've basically done all the tracks from, except minus, I think, one. So that's the only one I can really speak on fully. But I did really enjoy these 4 tracks, especially when you get to Junior's Farm. what a barn burner that song is. Jimmy absolutely slayed that solo, and it always breaks my heart when I see him because he's so young and he's so talented. You can tell he's so talented, and he's just coming into his own basically. And yeah, so I'm gonna go to that one. But yeah, Backseat of My Car was definitely my favorite, and then Junior Swarm was like right behind, like right below it. This is written by Paul McCartney, but credited to Paul and Linda. It was performed by Paul and Wings. It was issued as a non-album single by Apple Records in November of 1974. Okay, so no, I guess I was thinking of the other one from 71. That was Backseat of My Car. My apologies. Apparently, this is classified as glam rock on Wikipedia. Go take it up with them. I'm not the one saying it. It was Paul McCartney on lead and backing vocals and bass, Linda McCartney on keyboards, Denny Lane on rhythm guitar, Jimmy McCullough on lead guitar, and Jeff Britton on drums. Jeff was getting down back there, man. His hi-hat, so good. It's so crisp sounding, and it was perfect with him and Paul just kind of playing off each other the whole time, and then letting Jimmy and Denny do their thing on the guitar side. And then, of course, Linda just always fills the holes with her synthesizer and keyboards. I know some people like to clown on her and say she's not a real musician. I don't know. I mean, the evidence I've seen, I mean, she's not Mozart, but still she's pretty good. I mean, for what she's doing, she's got a nice voice. She plays the keys great, the synthesizers, whenever she gets on them. I mean, she's obviously not Paul McCartney. And I don't think she brought him down in any way. I think she kind of lifted him up, if anything, you know? I just don't get to hate people, just, you know, throw at people for no reason, you know? But obviously you guys have way more time with this music and these people than I do. So I just see it from a different perspective, I guess. Maybe growing up with it and seeing the evolution and hearing the day-to-day or maybe like month-to-month info on stuff. I don't know. Maybe that kind of changes your opinion one way or the other because you grew up with it. But like just from my vantage point, I think she adds a lot to it. I mean, she's not the highlight, you know, in any way, but it's always usually Paul or the drummer or the guitarist. But for the Backseat of My Car, I think her and Paul did a wonderful job with that one. That whole album of Ram is just an incredible piece of work. And I think it's incredible to me that people trashed it, you know, when it came out basically. And it didn't really... I mean, of course, the diehard fans and the people who did like it liked it, but it seemed like, you know, most of the critics, a lot of people just kind of, you know, kind of shit on it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I read I read 2 reviews, and they kind of said that it was basically, it boiled down to it being Paul McCartney nonsense at points and a bunch of drunken sailor bull something. It wasn't bullshit. They didn't say that. They said some other kind of word like that, you know. And I thought I guess I could see a little bit of that from when it first came out, but because it's so different, it's so ahead of its time, it's so unique, and it's got its own approach and its own style. Like just that album alone, it's from the album cover to the songs to the people that are on it and the music being played, the different themes that he hits on, you know, because he had been through trauma basically. Like the Beatles, that's trauma, like I said before. Imagine being Paul McCartney. Can't go outside, can't go nowhere, can't do nothing without getting hassled probably. And or even later after what happened to John, fearing for your life probably, you know. That's a traumatic ass experience. And then he goes off, you know, he meets Linda beforehand, then they go off to Scotland, I think, right? You know, they got the farm out there and all that, and that's where this album came from. And I think the other, you know, first couple albums were before Wings. And what a genius, man. I mean, I'm not going to just sit here and kiss his ass for 5 minutes, but this man is a creative force. He really is. And I've listened to a lot of his music. I've listened to a lot of the Beatles music. Nowhere near close to all of it, or even probably half of it, but I've got a good little chunk under my belt now. And I still say he's underrated. And he's one of the most heralded songwriters of all time, you know? And he's still underrated, man, because I don't think anyone other than like the diehard fans like you guys are sitting down and listening to the deep cuts from all these albums nowadays. And, you know, people forget about stuff. I think that's really scary as time just marches on. The further away you get away from that first moment when it comes out or the singles come out, every day somebody or multiple people obviously forget about it and they'll never think about it again. Every single day that you go from that moment that it came out. And then you come to this, you know, 50 years later, basically, you got this chucklehead talking about it, you know, and just experiencing it and falling in love with this music. And it's a wonderful thing. I can't thank you guys enough for showing this to me. I really can't. Paul is one of my new favorites. I still say John's my favorite Beatle, but Paul at the solo work, man, like, it's kind of hard to top this. I'm not going to lie. He might have, you know, went about it a different way than the other guys did, but I think Paul's solo work is just stellar. It really is. And I've enjoyed all these. We got one more video next week too, and it's going to be the 80s Paul McCartney. I wanted to finish up the 70s era stuff we had to do, and then next week the last video is going to be all post 80s stuff, so that should be fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching and joining me for our Spotlight Artist of the Month video of the week, and yeah, thank you again to Gail H and our Discord members for voting on these great songs. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go with the Backseat of My Car is my favorite, but Junior's Farm was great, and then the first one, I think, Listen to What the Man Said or whatever, that was, like I said, both of the first two tracks are very different, very interesting, but still Paul McCartney in a way, you know? But the last two are definitely my favorites. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. I forgot to add one thing. We have a really, really cool Patreon community. If you want to come join us, there's a link in the description. Join the $15 tier or up, you get one free request a month. The requesting will be closed in like 2 or 3 days. So if you want to hop in there and still get a request this month and next month, I would do it as soon as possible. There's also a PayPal as well if you want to send a tip or request in that way. I don't know what I'm doing with my fingers. Have a good day. Oh.